one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
I'm coming. I promise you, on my life, I'm coming. From the first snap, man. From the first second. What are we gonna do, man? All back against the wall. All back is against the wall.
I'm ready for whatever right now.
Welcome back. Oh, hold up, man. All right, now, welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I am your host. I am Saint. We got a lot of things to talk about. I thought this was just going to be a Detroit Lions video. It will not be. Listen, check me out. I just watched Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes' interviews before the AFC Championship game. Listen to me, man. I'm about to wax very poetically for probably a good little minute. But then I'm going to get to you, Detroit, I promise you. But the next video, the next show is 100% the Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson show. That is where we are so, oh my God, I can't wait for that show. Look, I'm more excited than y'all is, man. Stop playing with me. Hey, listen. Pat Mahomes knows ball, bro. Now, if you don't watch me for however long you don't watch me, bro, it could not have taken you long to know how I feel, to deduce how Saint feels about Pat Mahomes. I have never had a negative word to say about Pat Mahomes. I believe he is the bar. He is the standard. I understand Brady's accomplishments, but with my own two eyes, I think the greatest quarterback I have ever seen is Pat Mahomes. It's not just talent. It can't be just talent, because if I'm thinking about the greatest thrower of a football, you could put Aaron Rodgers in there. When I think about greatness, like, bruh, Pat Mahomes to me, when I think about how one flips the odds for his team, I understand what Brady did, but Brady had talent around him. Brady had great coaching. He had great teams. Pat Mahomes, to me, the way he is, bro, he done been in the league for 7 years. He done started for 6 years. All 6 of them years, he done been in the AFC Championship game. He got 2 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. This is bro. Fuck a modern day Brady, bro. This dude is the GOAT to me, bro. I don't care. I understand Brady got them rings. I'm not going to never take that away from Brady. But with my own 2 eyes, bro, I have not seen a quarterback that is better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. I understand how that's going to sound to a Patriots fan. I understand how that's going to sound to a Brady fan. I love Brady myself. But if you told me to pick the quarterback I want to start my team with right now, I'm not taking Brady. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. So I don't care what nobody say. I'm doubling down. To me, Pat Mahomes is the greatest quarterback I done witnessed with my own 2 eyes. If I could take a quarterback first overall in the draft of every quarterback that's done played football right now, I would take Patrick Mahomes. And it would not be close. It would actually be close because you're not going to like who I would take second. But I'm telling you right now, well, if you watch the show, you already know who I'm finna say I'm taking second. But, well, actually, Brady is who I'm not taking Brady second, bro. See, what we have a tendency to do is to think about the accomplishments of the team. Brady is a 7-time Super Bowl winner, but go and look through some of them teams he won Super Bowls with, bro. He had hella talent on that Tampa Bay team. I don't know why people keep saying, oh, Tampa had never won. Then they got Brady and they went, bro. I said the year before he went to Tampa that he was going to Tampa. I looked around the league and said, who got the most talent on a team that's going to have a free agency vacant at quarterback? The Bucks. So it was no shocker that he went to the Bucks. All he needed was a good coach, Arians, and a good defense. The defense was good. Well, the defense was great. But look at the weapons they had on offense. All they had to do was figure each other out, like the Ravens had to figure out their new offense this year. Once they did that, bro, you got one of the greatest quarterbacks, the second greatest quarterback of all time. If we want to talk about greatness, bro, fine. You can give it to Brady. I don't care, bro. But like I said, if I'm taking a draft in Saints draft, the first quarterback I'm taking is Patrick Mahomes. I'm not taking Brady over Patrick Mahomes. But Brady would not be the first, second, or third quarterback I took. And on a good day, he probably wouldn't be the fourth quarterback I took. And I could tell you every quarterback I would take over Brady right now. See, we had this tendency to think about the greatness and the accomplishments that one did with his team. I'm just thinking about the individual talent of the quarterback and how that individual's talent in such a way flips. Like, and I understand the Brady fans gonna be like, well, Pat Mahomes lost to Brady twice in the Super Bowl and to get to one. I get all that. That was a young Pat Mahomes. And that was a Pat Mahomes that did not have an offensive line. The same excuse y'all would have gave to Brady if he had got blasted in that Super Bowl without having an offensive line. On top of that, the NFC is garbage now. It's been garbage when Brady was over there. Brady played I'm not going to say the AFC was weak. I'm never going to say the AFC was weak. But look at who was in that in that division that Brady played in for all them years. And look who Pat Mahomes got in his division. Pat Mahomes got good quarterbacks to great quarterbacks in his division, good to great teams, and he has made all of them look average. And I understand Peyton Manning and his greatness. I'm never going to take nothing away from him. And I would take Peyton Manning over Tom Brady if I took quarterbacks in the draft. He would be Tom Brady would be, okay, so I can't tell you the whole list yet, but Peyton Manning would be one of the quarterbacks I took over Tom Brady when I did my quarterback draft. Because I'm thinking about the individual quarterback and how he would flip. Because if I plug in Pat Mahomes and Peyton in those Patriots teams, I think they win Super Bowls. I think Pat Mahomes win more. And I'm always going to be a person who says, if you give Pat Mahomes the talent, bro, give Pat Mahomes the team that Joe Burrow lost in the Super Bowl with. This is why I don't like Bengal fans, bro. Y'all really retarded. Because how do y'all be talking crazy to any fan base? Any fan base, y'all should not be talking crazy. Bro, y'all have not won a Super Bowl. The only memory y'all have of a Super Bowl is losing it when y'all had the more talented team. And y'all keep telling me how great Joe Burrow is, Ain't been back to a Super Bowl yet. And didn't win the one he should have won. But he supposed to be so great. Yeah. To me, y'all are just very confusing, Bengal fans. Y'all have no great memories. Before Joe, people keep talking about all the playoff wins he got right now. What did I get y'all this year? What did I get y'all last year? What did it get y'all in the year y'all lost the Super Bowl? And before that, y'all couldn't buy a playoff win. So your history is not of a team that should be talking crazy to no fan base. Yet y'all continue to talk crazy to every fan base. I've never seen losers who wanted to talk so loud and yell so much. It's absolutely insane to me. However, moving on. I digress. Back to what we were talking about. When I think of Tom Brady and whatnot, and the reason I feel like people would get irritated with what I'm saying or angry is because you're thinking about the overall team achievements, bro. I'm not just thinking about the team achievements. It do play a part in what I'm saying. That's why I don't got Tom Brady ranked at like 10 or nothing crazy. But I'm also thinking of mixing that in with the talent. And I think Tom was talented. But I ain't never seen no quarterback like a Pat Mahomes. This motherfucker is not of this earth. And to be fair, think about Aaron Rodgers, who is also a quarterback I would take over Tom Brady. But the more and more I think about it, I would not take Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. Because one of the things that I weigh into this also is leadership qualities. Bruh, Aaron is a god-awful leader from what I'm seeing in these last couple years, bruh. Like, leadership had to play a role in them dudes never get, like, bruh. After seeing what Matt LaFleur just did with Jordan Love, you cannot convince me that Aaron Rodgers is not why they didn't win a Super Bowl, bruh. With Matt LaFleur, while he was with Matt LaFleur, bruh. That refusal to buy into the Matt LaFleur system, being able to just audible out of every fucking thing you wanted to. Yeah, buddy, I understand that when you Peyton Manning and you got a Super Bowl ring, well, 2 of them things, and you perennially was in the tougher division, in the tougher conference, and you was playing against Tom fucking, I get that. Bro, Aaron Rodgers has never beaten the 49ers in his career in the playoffs. Just like Brett Favre had never beaten the Cowboys. Jordan Love was about to beat both of them motherfuckers in this one playoff run. I'm just telling you right now, you want to hear something crazy? Jordan Love going to end up being the best quarterback for the Packers. Out of Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Jordan Love, I'm telling you right now, if everything goes the way I think it could go for the Packers, you looking at the best coach and quarterback that this franchise ever gonna have, because this is a god-awful NFC. If this NFC stay this weak, I'm telling you right now, these dudes about to put up a crazy run. Now, I know nobody gonna put Matt LaFleur over Lombardi. I didn't get to watch Lombardi, so I'm not gonna talk about Lombardi. However, what I would say is this. I told you last episode when I was talking about head coaches, I said that I thought Matt LaFleur was a better head coach than Sean McVay and a better head coach than Kyle Shanahan. And I would take him, if I had to draft a head coach other than John Harbaugh, I would take Matt LaFleur. The reason for that is he just showed you he can coach a ignorant ass all-star Hall of Fame quarterback, and he can coach and develop a rookie basically a first year starter. Not only that, he was developing and doing all that while having Aaron Rodgers on the fucking team. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then when you look at Matt LaFleur, now they did make they fired Joe Barry or Brady. Oh yeah, Joe Barry, I think is his name, which is a good decision because the defense did regress each season under him. I think, even though the defense still played good enough to win, the last year I don't think was the defense's fault. If anything, I would say Barry had his best defensive performance, in my opinion, was last year because of how bad the offense was on that side of the ball and the fact that the defense continued to give them opportunities to win games, but nobody wanted to say that Aaron Rodgers wasn't coming through like he should have been coming through. Either way, the haters of Tom Brady would have continuously pointed that out, but I'm the one who don't like Tom Brady. Either way, I love Matt LaFleur. I think he is a phenomenal head coach. And the fact that his offense, like, come on, bro. The man's offense is phenomenal. You talk about getting people open. That man gets people open. I mean, how many times is we seeing Jordan Love just hit wide open dudes? And Jordan Love, obviously, if you watching the games, you understand the arm talent of Jordan Love. But look at some of the throws he missed when he missed throws. Dudes are still running wide open. But when I think about Pat Mahomes and the fact that he is the bar, he is the standard, I know what my eyes is telling me. Lamar Jackson is the second greatest, most talented quarterback I've ever seen. I'm telling you right now, if I did a quarterback draft, it would go Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady. And the only reason I would ever be convinced to take Brady over Lamar or Peyton is because of his leadership and the fact that he got 7 Super Bowls, even though I don't really like using the Super Bowl thing as the end all be all, even though I'm all about championships. So that's why I always end up putting Brady where I put him. However, I do understand when I'm doing this type of draft, I'm thinking about the talent and what they do for a team. And if I'm getting Lamar Jackson in his prime right now, plus I kept saying if you just get him talent, that's why it's hard for it. Lamar Jackson is a hard one for me to judge at times because I've always thought Lamar was this great. And I've always said, bruh, if you get him a receiver and a better offensive coordinator, and the fact that it happened the first fucking year that I've been preaching that, bro, it's not Lamar. It's not Lamar. If you get him what he need, if you get him these things, real receivers, a good offensive coordinator that can actually draw up an offensive game plan that don't revolve around only run, having dudes running to each other on routes, then you would get the best out of Lamar. The fact that it happened that very first season that he got both of those things, it just tells me that his success in his career and his development would have been even quicker. Like, he would have been in this position before if the Ravens had stopped being stubborn and stuck in their ways. So that's what hurt for me when it come to Lamar. Because in ways I feel like he done been held back by the Ravens. And now he finally being able to flourish. And I saw something the other day where I saw people talk on TV talking about some like Lamar got to win this game. This is, if he don't win this game, then he going to be labeled as this and that. I told y'all, bro, the narratives are going to stay here forever, bro. Until Lamar win a Super Bowl, these haters is going to get on TV and say the damnedest things. But I do want to point out, you think they're going to wake up tomorrow and still think Josh Allen is a great quarterback? Because didn't he just lose at home to Pat Mahomes? It's crazy how those things happen. Hey, yo, the NFL got to do something about these fans throwing snowballs at the players and shit, bro. One dude said if I didn't have a broken hand, I would have threw that shit right back at their face. Yo, NFL got to do something about the Bills fans, bro. You got to put up a big wall or something from here on out, bro, so they can't even – they throwing stuff at the wall, bro, because this is ridiculous. You can't have them throwing shit on the field, throwing shit at players. I don't even give a fuck about them throwing – nah, I do care about them throwing stuff on the field. What if one day somebody bring a dildo that explode in there and they throw that shit on the field? Can you think about the casualties and shit that could have? So the fact that the NFL just let the Bills fans get away with being Bills fans, I'm telling you, man, these dudes throwing snowballs at fans and shit. I saw that the whole game when it was happening. Like one of the points where I think Kelsey had scored, they started. I saw him get clocked with a couple snowballs. I'm like, bruh, y'all better than me, man. I would have picked one of them bitches up and threw it right back at him and dared the NFL to find me, bruh. I don't know what's going on in these streets, man. That was crazy. But listen, we got to talk about the Detroit Lions. You see, it took a lot to try to convince me that the Detroit Lions had a chance at winning this game. Because Jared Goff is like 0 for 5 in his last 5 games in his career against the 49ers. I think it said, or in his last 5 games against them. Either way, Jared Goff ain't been good against the Niners. And it has taken a lot to try to get me to think in any type way that the 49ers could lose this game and the Lions win it. I like C.J. Gardner-Johnson and the trash talk he done had to Debo, even though Debo, from what I'm hearing, might not play in this game because of a shoulder injury. I like the trash talk, the back and forth. But man, It took a lot for me to get, because it is just so many things going in the wrong direction, in my opinion, for the Detroit Lions. But I have the solution. I figured it out. This is what the Detroit Lions have to do to win this game. Listen to me. Aiden Hutchinson has to have a 3-sack game. And it can't just be 3 sacks. It's got to be 3 big-time, meaningful sacks. Sacks that get the 49ers off the field. Sacks that get the 49ers out of field goal position. Sacks that get the 49ers out of that position where they think to themselves, yeah, we still going for it on 4th down. They have to be big-time, game-changing, game-pausing, moment-stealing sacks. They cannot just be 3 first-quarter sacks because they started off hot. Can't be that. It can't be 3 sacks on a drive that still ended in a touchdown. It can't be that. It can't be 3 sacks late in the game when they getting beat by double-digit scores. No. It's got to be game-changing, momentum-stealing sacks. It's got to be big time. Jared Goff has to have the game of his life. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jared Goff got to have 2 games of his life, depending on who he go against in Super Bowl if he get past this challenge. Because if he have to play against Baltimore after playing against the 49ers, Jared Goff going to have to be the best Jared Goff done ever been. Because Jared Goff like to attack the middle of the field. He is about to go against 2 teams that defend the middle of the field to a T, because they have a great middle linebacking duo. And that's one of the reasons it was very tough for me to figure out a solution as to how they can win this game. Because I trust these 2 defenses to be able, I trust the 49ers defense to be able to defend the middle of the field and not give up those short, quick routes, the slants, the little crossers. I don't feel like they're going to be giving those up like the other teams were. That's why I say Jared Goff going to have to be able to play outside the numbers. He's going to have the biggest game of his career as far as throwing to the outside, attacking those cornerbacks, attacking the deep secondary positions. He's going to have to, the middle of the field is basically not going to be a safety blanket. But that brings me to my next point. If Jared Goff have to have that type of game, if he got to make those type of throws, then you need your running back to get all positive gains. They have to average at least a 4 yards, possibly 5 yards per clip type of run game. You need the 2 running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, to be full sledgehammers and explosiveness off the outside and inside all day. The 49ers have struggled the last couple weeks stopping that run. You have the running backs that could fuck the 49ers defensive line all the way up. If the 49ers, let's say Jared Goff don't have an out of this world game. Let's say he just have a good game. You could still find a way to turn that into a great game if these 2 running backs pick up. They have to fall forward. They have to pick up at least 4 to 5 yards. No, at minimum, they have to average 4 yards a clip. Possibly 5. I haven't decided on which one I think the minimum is yet. However, that's what's going to happen, because this is as tough a matchup as they are about to face on the defensive side. Because I'm not worried about the 49ers offense yet. I'm going to get to that. I'm thinking about the defense. If they can find a way to do those things on offense, they put themselves in a great position. Defensively, I talked about Aiden Hutchinson needing to have those 3 sacks games, that 3 sack type of performance where it's meaningful sacks. Well, now I want to get to another part of this. Aiden Hutchinson have to have more than just those 3 sacks. I need him to have at least 2 to 3 tackles for a loss. I need him to be in the backfield on Christian McCaffrey quick. But not only that, I need his energy to be felt throughout the entirety of the defensive line for the Detroit Lions. This have to be their best defensive line performance. They have to force the offensive line of the 49ers backwards. They cannot let Christian McCaffrey fall forward and pick up at least 4 or 5 yards a clip every run. You cannot let him just go down through a couple tackles. You have to hit Christian McCaffrey. You have to knock him around. You have to make him feel you. You got to get in the backfield and make this a tough game for Christian McCaffrey, because if you do that, you win this game. Because I do not believe, as bad as I think the secondary for the Detroit Lions is, I do not think that George Kittle, I do not believe that Brock Purdy, the way he done played these last couple weeks, if you can do all those things offensively and defensively, I trust Jared Goff a little bit more. And my problem with Kyle Shanahan is his refusal to go away and adjust his scheme or his game plan. He called the exact same game plan he would call as if Jared Goff, as if when Debo was healthy, he called one way. When Debo was hurt, called the game plan the exact same way. He just turned it over to Ayuk. And I think because he's not adjusting to how Brock Purdy is played throughout some of these games, that's why it don't look like it get better for Brock Purdy. They just end up hitting finally the other dudes just make big plays at the end of the games. And you credit it to Brock Purdy. To me, if he would adjust his game plan a little bit more based off of how Brock Purdy is playing, then I would trust him a little bit more. But it seems as though Kyle Shanahan is addicted to his play sheet, like his game plan, his scheme, and it's a great one. But he done proven that it's not a flawless one. And so when I look at Matt LaFleur and how he is willing to adjust his game plan based off of who he coaching, to me, that's a key piece in making you a great head coach. And maybe that's why Kyle Shanahan ain't won a Super Bowl yet. He done put all these quarterbacks in the exact same offense. He done basically relied on all the talent in his game plans around these quarterbacks, thinking he could just have every quarterback play into this mold and get here. That's why people keep saying, well, Jimmy Garoppolo got here in that thing. So maybe you're right. But all I know is they haven't produced a Super Bowl yet. That's all I know. But what do I know? If they can do those things defensively, you make this game such a tougher game for Brock Purdy based off of how he done looked the last couple weeks. He done come back down to earth. He done looked like at times Mr. Irrelevant. So if you can put this type of consistent pressure, and this is the problem. This is why it was so hard. And it's not likely that the Lions do all these things. But these are the things they're going to have to do because they don't, in my opinion, have the greatest linebacking core. They don't have a good secondary, in my opinion. Their best thing about the defense is the defensive line. And it's not necessarily even a defensive line. It's Aiden Hutchinson. And so you just got to hope that the defense have the absolute game. I don't think it's impossible to believe that Jared Goff and the offense could do those things that I said they needed to do. I don't think that's the toughest part of this assignment. The toughest part of this assignment is for this Detroit Lions defense to show up and show out. Because people keep talking to me about how they was ranked this year and this and that. Bro, this is not a good defense. Against good teams, this is not a good defense. I don't care what you say. They damn near lost the game last week to the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I understand what the stats and all that crap say, but I know what I was watching with my own two fucking eyes. If Debo play, I don't think that they can win this game. To me, you need Brock Purdy to have such a bad game when you don't have an opposing great quarterback on the other side. Like, Jared Goff's not a game changer. So Brock Purdy could throw 2 interceptions and still win this game. However, they will need to catch the interceptions in this game, because I take that back. I do not believe that Jared Goff is bad enough to where Brock Purdy can get away with throwing 2 interceptions. If Brock Purdy throw 2 interceptions in this fucking game and they catch him, they're not winning this game. I do not think San Francisco can continuously serve. All the Lions need to do is be the offense they done been all year, but they cannot be the offense that get hot, and then at certain parts in the game, when the game they just flame out just randomly, and then have to rely on having a good last couple 2 drives or whatnot to survive. They can't be that because the 49ers will exploit that. However, if the Lions do those things on offense, Jared Goff it's no way that what's my man's name? Brock Purdy get away with throwing 2-3 interceptions because Brock Purdy, and listen, you could use Russ for Brock Purdy, but if he put the ball up for grabs in this game like he did in that last game, he threw 3 interceptions in the last game. They just dropped all 3 of them, and it's wild that they dropped them because they hit him right in the fucking hands. If he do that in this game with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, yeah, CJ gonna be flipping the ball back to the player like he did in that Buccaneers game. However, I will be honest with you. I am having a tough time seeing all of those things happen. Bro. Cincinnati. The 49ers, I done told you, I don't believe they are the team that everybody keep making them out to be. However, the 49ers are 100% better, in my opinion, than the 49ers. Than the Detroit Lions, because they just have things that Detroit don't have. I don't trust Detroit's linebacking core. I love the 49ers 2 linebackers. And I actually think people overhype the 49ers secondary. I think the weakest part of this team is the secondary. I'm not infatuated. I know Ufunga is a great player, and I know that Ward is a. Listen, you got Gibson back there. It's a good secondary at their best. Hitting on all cylinders. They are, above average secondary. But I don't think that this is like a secondary that Jared Goff can exploit. I don't. I think if Jared Goff and the offensive coordinator put together a great game plan and they execute it, this is a secondary that can be exploited. However, the linebacking core is the important part. And you got to block up front, which I believe that the Detroit Lions offensive line will be able to block if they got them boys in there playing off of the edges and whatnot. They'll be able to give Joey Bosa a tough game. But if Nick Bosa, a tough game. However, this can't be one of them games where you look out there and every time Jared Goff look up, the pressure, the pocket closing, because mistakes will be made. Like, it ain't no 2 ways around it. Mistakes will be made if that's the type of thing that happened in this game every time you look up. So I don't think, as much as it is hard for me to see all of those things happening for the for the Lions to win this game, I think the easiest route for the Lions to get to a win in this game is hoping that Brock Purdy play like shit. If Brock Purdy play like shit and you can stop the run somehow, you ain't gonna even have to be otherworldly great to win. However, you can't. This can't be one of them situations where you play bad on offense, you play mediocre on defense. Jared Goff can't have a turnover. This cannot be a turnover game for Jared Goff. It can't be. It just cannot be. The 49ers, you turn the ball over on the 49ers and you're not forcing turnovers yourself, you're not winning this game. The toughest thing for me right now is not the offenses, though, because I could see the Lions going toe-to-toe with this 49ers offense. They have the weapons. They have the offense. The Lions have, at their best, the Lions can go out there and put up a 40-burger. It's the fucking defense. It's very hard for me to see this 49ers defense, the Lions defense, playing to the level they need to play at to stop the 49ers offense for 4 quarters. Because you're going to have to play football for 4 quarters. You're going to have to play football for 4 quarters in order to beat the 49ers. I don't know why I couldn't get fuck, man. But that's what you're going to have to do to beat the 49ers. And like I said, the only easy route out of this is Brock Purdy just go out there and have a bad performance. That's the only easy route out of this. Because if he go out there and toss you a couple interceptions and you catch him, well, this not going to be, it's not going to be the battle that, it was supposed to be. But if that does not happen, you got to play damn near a perfect game in order to win this game. And Brock Purdy don't even have to go out there and have a magnificent game for the 49ers to play their best type of game and win this game, because they just got more talent, in my opinion, in the areas that matter on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, to me, Detroit's secondary can be had every game. They have not had a game this year, in my opinion, where I thought to myself, oh yeah, man, this defense, man. No. To me, usually it's bad competition, bad offenses. But those are the things that I think that the Detroit Lions need to do, if they want a chance of beating the 49ers. It's very hard for me to see them doing that, though, which is why my prediction in this game is that the 49ers do win this game by at least 2 scores and end up in the Super Bowl. I just do not see the Lions doing all of those things that I said they needed to do in order to win this game. I also don't think that Brock Purdy is going to have back-to-back bad games in the sticks. What we call it, the Big Bell Bottom. That's what they call it, Levi Stadium. I don't think he's going to have back-to-back bad games at the Big Bell Bottoms. I think at the Big L's. I think he's going to put together a good performance next week. Next week. And he's going to end up winning that game. So I got the 49ers winning by at least 2 scores in this game. Like I said, I don't think it'll particularly be close. I think they'll be able to put pressure on Jared Goff. And the game that the 49ers the game that the Lions would have to put together in order to have a chance of winning this game, I just think is too complex. And even on top of that, you will be relying on Jared Goff and those dudes to be playing above their skis without necessarily having Brock Purdy play bad or Purdy play bad. So, in my opinion, it's just hard for me to take it's hard for me to bet against the 49ers in this matchup. Plus, is Kyle Shanahan, while I might not take him over Matt LaFleur at the moment, I would definitely 100% take him over Dan Campbell 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 fucking 10 times. So, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing a bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.